Oh my. Well, hello, everyone. I am glad you are here. My intro video didn't play. What the heck?
Every morning the world starts quietly, one soft light at a time. Homes flicker awake, shops open. People take those first small steps into a brand new day. And in all of that ordinary movement, there's something kind of extraordinary. A moment worth noticing, a spark you feel before you even name it. Sometimes it's quiet, sometimes it's small, but kindness shows up right on time. And every morning we choose to show up with you so we can look for that spark together.
Good morning. I'm Matt Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, and this is Kindness Rising. Let's rise together.
All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to Kindness Rising, your morning dose of hope, humanity, and heart. I am glad you've chosen to spend your time here with me today. Let's get it started. This week, we've been exploring resilience, facing difficulty, rewriting internal dialogues, redefining strength, and leaning into community. And today, we're going to wrap it up. We're doing that through something we instinctively connect with. It's what happens when we show our resilience and we make it through together as a community and how to stay strong and rewrite our internal dialogue. It's the comeback story, the redemption arc. And since it's Friday the 13th, we're going to have a little fun with that too. So let's rise together.
This is Kindness Rising.
Good morning, Mom. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. You're the only one here. I don't know what's happened, but I'm glad you came here. Good. It's you and I. We're having our own little private session this morning. That's okay too. Anyway, I'm still going forward with the show. Think about the stories. Think about those stories that stay with us, the movies, the sports, the music, the culture. They're rarely about effortless success. They're about the underdogs, the redemption arcs, the reinvention, and the second chances. Good morning. Good morning. You can't hear me? You can't hear me? Quavo Gold? Quavo Gold. Was that like Cuervo Gold? My mic is on. Let me see. Now the mic is muted. Well, you obviously can hear me now because you're responding to something. I don't know what's going on. You messing with me? Anybody else out there? Tell me you can't hear me if you can't hear me. Everything seems to be working okay from my side. All right. Thanks, Ben Pollard. I appreciate you jumping in. Anyway, we're here. This is Kindness Rising, your morning dose of hope, humanity, and heart. I think the gremlins might be out for, got it. Quavo Gold. Seriously, though, is that about your tequila, Cuervo? Anyway, uh, we're talking about comebacks. Let's bring it back. I'm coming back myself. Think about the stories that stay with us, the movies, the sports, the culture, all those things. All those things. We love them. What's your favorite comeback story in the world, or your underdog story, your comeback story that you love the most? Friday the 13th. Yep, Roseanne, we're going to be talking about Friday the 13th in just a minute here on Kindness Rising. And the reason we celebrate comebacks, let's do that. Let's celebrate them because they mirror our real life. Because progress, it isn't linear. It goes like this, right? Up, down, up, down, up, down. And confidence, it fluctuates. I'm feeling great. Oh, crap. I took a hit. Feeling great. Oh, crap. I took a hit. Growth happens through that challenge. And the stories that I'm going to talk about today, they remind us that the current chapter isn't final. And beyond fiction, Those arcs exist in real communities and real lives. And that's why we're going to roll right now into our kindness spotlight. All right. We always talk about an organization, something leading into, good work for good people. And I am trying to get there. There they are. Today we are talking about dream.org. Do we know dream.org? They operate on the belief that adversity doesn't have to be an endpoint. It can become a starting point for an opportunity or a transformation. For sure, dream.org, an organization started by Van Jones. Van Jones, who is a regular on CNN, was also part of the Obama administration, helping with both climate change and restorative justice. And this is the work they do. Overstuffed prisons, rising energy costs, too little opportunity, and too much division to act. Greatest problems contain some of our greatest opportunities. Absolutely opportunities. That's the work they're doing across the world. Green, justice, tech, all those opportunities for people to rise, elevate the voices that are closest to systemic change, including individuals impacted by incarceration, and equip them to lead, advocate, and shape solutions. Through leadership development and collaboration across differences, they help transform lived experience into civil impact, and that's a different kind of comeback. Not just recovery, but contribution. Not just personal progress, but community advancement. Resilience expressed through service, and that's kindness in action. Check out dream.org, a pretty cool organization. All right. I like this. You guys like the spotlight anthem? I do. All right. But that spotlight is over. Okay. So dream.org, that was one of the organizations that I wanted to share with you today. Check them out. They're all about the comeback. And I got another story for you about comebacks. This one's a little bit more individual, not personal. I don't know this man personally, although I remember and know him from his work and from his struggles and his story. A gentleman named Chris Herren. Does anybody know Chris Herren? Herren. Herren. Chris Herren. Name sound familiar to anybody out there? Anybody a basketball fan or a Boston fan? Notice I said that with a little bit of our New York guy. All the Boston teams are our rivals. That's okay, though. This guy was a Boston Celtic. He played for the Boston College, and he has quite a story. We're going to talk about it. Chris Herren, he was a basketball standout, high school legend, absolutely, in Massachusetts. Went to Boston College. Imagine that. Straight out of high school. Got himself into a little bit of trouble there, transferred to Fresno State, and then was, what's the word I'm looking for? Drafted by the Boston Celtics to come home and serve his NBA career. Do his NBA career and have an impact. But guess what? He struggled with significant substance abuse and addiction. He talks about, if you listen to his story, he talks about walking into a dorm room at 18 years old in Boston College on a full scholarship and being handed a rolled up dollar bill. Just one bump. And he said it took him 14 years to recover from that one bump. And just, can you imagine? He got through Boston College, Fresno State, drafted by the Boston Celtics, all while significantly addicted, significant or not, addicted to cocaine. And when he got out and got back to Boston, His buddy offered him a little something at a barbecue. It was called an Oxycontin. And within a month, he was spending $25,000 a month on Oxy. And that cost him his entire career. It cost him opportunities. It cost him trust and stability. His fall was very difficult, and it was very public. Finally, after years of struggle, he entered recovery and rebuilt his life around purpose instead of reputation. Real purpose. I'm trying to show his. There it is. There's Chris Herren. You may remember his face or not. I don't know. I definitely remember when Chris Herren was a big deal. He played under Jared Tarkanian at Fresno State. I think he took that team to unexpectedly to the NCAA, deep into the NCAA tournament. But he had his struggle. But now he has remained sober since 2008, and he is out there in the world speaking, advocating, helping communities and students, having conversations about identity, about pressure, peer pressure, decision-making, substance awareness, and recovery support. He also talked deeply about the differences, even in the short period of time that it's been since he's recovered and was first introduced to substances in college. The fact that today kids take that first bump, they take that first pill, there's a much higher chance of significant health because of the fentanyl that's woven into that. So he's got his comeback story. He's out there in the world making a difference from what his own story is, and remembering, not returning to who he was, but becoming someone who's helped to navigate the challenges and come back from what could have been devastating, life-ending loss. It's resilience expressed through contribution. Thank you for joining me here on Kindness Rising. Mike Sullivan, I see that you are here too. Okay. We're learning, we're growing, and we're moving along here on a Friday the 13th. Absolutely. And so let's switch gears to that. It's Friday the 13th. What do you guys have any stories about Friday the 13th? Do you believe that it is a unlucky day? Have you had your own experiences with it? I will tell you that I think one of the greatest gifts that Friday the 13th has ever given to humanity is not fear. It's not superstition. It's vocabulary. The word. Guys, anybody know the word for the fear of Friday the 13th other than me? And I'll bet you I'm going to butcher it. Paraskeveticatriophobia. 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 Wow, that is a word. And it's real. It comes from the Greek. It means Friday the 13th. And fear. Whoa. How about that? Honestly, if you can pronounce it, you've probably already conquered that fear of Friday the 13th. You only have good things happen to you on Friday the 13th, Melissa. I appreciate that Melissa Pearson Goodwin is out there on LinkedIn. I got your acceptance of the invite here, and you showed up. And that's what we do every day here on Kindness Rising, as I sit here and ramble about paraskeveticatriophobia. Woo! That is a word. So why? Actually, I was doing a little research a little bit more, and there are people, absolutely, Melissa, who feel that Friday the 13th is actually lucky for them. My wife happens to be one of them. 13 is her lucky number, and whatever it is, whatever we believe, it's okay. But where does it come from? Where does the idea that Friday the 13th is unlucky come from? Does anybody have any theories ideas or thoughts on that? Of course, it dates back to traditions um, and religion and mythology. There's all kinds of theories out there. Let's talk about Norse mythology. Hello and good morning, Catio 6321. Welcome to Kindness Rising this morning. Stay involved in the chat. I'm glad you are here. We're talking about Friday the 13th and what it's where that comes from. Norse mythology has gotten popular, over the past 10 years or so because of Thor, the Thor movies, the Marvel movies, and there's a little guy we like to know, played by Tom Hiddleston in the movie Loki. He shows up as the 13th guest at the divine banquet, and when he showed up at the 13th guest at the divine banquet, then his chaos followed, right? Lesson learned. Always check the seating chart. You might not want to sit next to the 13th guest. Another tradition that comes from another meal that happened. Thank you, Numanini 5904. I appreciate that you subscribe. Come on back every day, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, every weekday here on Kindness Rising. And if you're out there listening and haven't subscribed, what the hell are you doing? Come on. Get involved. Subscribe. We want you here with us. Anyway, let's talk about another supper that happened where the verse 13 might have been part of the reason why Friday the 13th is considered unlucky and the number 13 is unlucky. A little story from the Bible. A little guy named Judas. Judas shows up as the 13th guest as well. Judas, Loki, these are symbols. Oh no, walking under a ladder, yes. Actually, Mom, yep, there are lots and lots of superstitions. Walking under a ladder, opening up an umbrella in the house is another one, right? Yeah, so that's a couple of reasons why. There's another thing that happened, right? The arrest of the Knights Templar happened on Friday the 13th, 1307. That definitely did not improve that date's public relations. So we've got Friday, we've got 13th, you bundle them together, and like a superstition value meal, centuries later, here we are, fearing Friday the 13th because we have paraskivideciotriophobia. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that word right. Anybody else? It's fun. All right. There's actually no reliable evidence that the day is more dangerous or unlucky than any other day. Let's put on a different song. I don't love that one. I like this one. All right. Yeah. There's no proof that this day is actually more dangerous or unlucky, and that means that the power of Friday the 13th actually comes from the narrative and from the stories from generations passed down, and the human beings reinforcing that narrative, right? Finding signs. The universe is sending signs. I tripped on Friday the 13th. Oh no. It must be the universe sending sign. I tripped over the sidewalk on a Tuesday. I'm just clumsy. So, that's a little bit of a difference. It's what we apply to it. Yeah. So, but there are people out there, including maybe myself today, who celebrate. Happy Valentine's Day, Katia. Absolutely. Cracks in the sidewalk. Absolutely. Roseanne. Roof. Yeah. Don't step on the cracks. Remember that song? What was that song? Does anybody remember? Don't step on the cracks, or I'll think about it. It'll come to me. Anyway, so how are you celebrating Friday the 13th today, other than joining me here on Kindness Rising and listening to my phone ring? How many people, how are you celebrating? You gonna watch Friday the 13th movie? Maybe Freaky Friday? Some people are gonna do a Freaky Friday marathon. Lindsay Lohan. Are you gonna test those superstitions, Mom? Are you gonna be walking under ladders or stepping on cracks? What else? Knock on wood. Hunting for four-leaf clovers. St. Patrick's Day is coming up. And here's another one that people do, which I was thinking about doing, and then I'm like, that would just be ridiculous. Maybe I will be ridiculous here. I'll turn my hat around. People wearing their clothes inside out. There's my ridiculous Friday the 13th-ness. Now I am safe from all the bad luck of Friday the 13th because I'm wearing my hat inside out. No, it's not a rally cap for those of you who might know. Spartacus, I am glad you are here. Ahmad Islam. Hello, welcome. Welcome to Kindness Rising. I am so glad you have joined me and just getting up and getting after it. Break your mama's back. That's it, Pearson. Melissa Pearson Goodwin gets the prize. Step on a crack and you break your mama's back. Your daddy will cry. I don't remember. There was a whole song about it. Tell us about you. I will tell you about me. No problem. Ahmad Islam. My name is Matt Roof. I am the Uncommon Kindness guy. I am coming here from upstate New York to spread a little hope, humanity, and heart every day here on Kindness Rising. Every weekday, 7:30 a.m. Friday of the Loop. It is Friday of the Loop, Polaroid. I appreciate you. I've been coming live here, Ahmad, every day, every weekday since last July. Like I said, to wake us up. I was so tired of hearing all the rage bait, the noise, the live people just trying to get everybody riled up and everybody having an opinion. I said, I want to create a place where people can come and just have a little bit of fun. Thank you. Cadio 6321 for the sub. Come on back. We want people in our community. I am building a community of people who get up and get after it. 7:30 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday, and on my channel at Kindness Rising, and on YouTube. You can find me there too. So Ahmad, I don't know if that answered your question, but this is my purpose in life, to bring a little bit of kindness every day. And we talk about things like, we're having a fun day today with Friday the 13th and comeback stories and that kind of thing. But for instance, this entire week was about resilience, how to build resilience, how we use resilience to improve our lives, why it's so important for us to lean into our community and self-awareness to rise above, because we all face challenges every day. Positive vibes, excitement, excellent information. Yes, Spartacus, that is why we are here. You're out in Seattle, Islam. I appreciate that, Ahmad. Congratulations on the Seahawks, if you care about that. I guess you assume that everybody in Seattle cares. It's, of course, cloudy in Seattle. And I live in the third rainiest city in the United States. So guess what? I'm in upstate New York. We're snow covered up to... it's now up to just above my knees that it's gathered, I guess, in the lawn. And it's wintertime here for sure. But try to stay dry and warm out there in Seattle. Ahmad Islam, thank you so much for joining me. All right. I turned my clothes back right side in because, I don't necessarily believe in the superstitions of Friday the 13th. But here is the part that I appreciate the most. This is a part that I really like. Superstitions, they show us something really powerful. The power of stories. We all face moments that feel unlucky, setbacks, timing issues, unexpected detours, but outcomes aren't determined by those little squares in a calendar, right? They're shaped by our response to things. They're shaped by how we choose to proactively and with intention put ourselves out into life. So enjoy that folklore. Use parakika, fricka, whatever, paraskivadecatriophobia at your lunch today with your friends or whatever. Have a little fun. But just remember that you have the power with your thoughts and with your actions to bring kindness, to bring your energy to the world, whether it's Friday the 13th, Saturday the 14th, or any day in between. Keep rising, because comeback stories don't depend on lucky days. They actually depend on persistent people. Thank you so much, everyone. Melissa, have to jump. All right, Melissa, I appreciate you. Tell us about how to deal with rejection. Oof. You know what, Ahmad? Yes. So I appreciate that. Are you having some struggles with rejection? We all face it. We all face rejection not every day, but in our lives, right? And how do we face it? We face it with courage. We lean into kindness. I will tell you that is my thing. So whenever I'm feeling down, whether it's a rejection or like things aren't clicking for me, or I'm feeling bad about myself, or whatever it is, I get outside of my own head and I go do a kindness for someone. And it doesn't have to be anything big. It can be holding the door open for someone. It can be smiling at someone, but it starts with that self-awareness that you're feeling that way. For me, that's where it starts. Oh God, I'm not feeling good. I'm gonna go do something. Go do something for somebody when you're feeling that way. I promise you, Ahmad Islam, that you will feel better about yourself and you will turn. Yeah, you're struggling. I get it. It's these struggles that are going to define and how you respond, Ahmad, how you respond to those struggles that are going to define your business, no matter what it is, and your consistency and staying with it and remembering that you have a purpose to serve in life. Right? There's no such thing as failure, only learning. Like I said before, if you're not failing, you're not trying. I fail constantly falling. Absolutely. Ahmad, I'm glad you've joined us. Come on back. Come find me on LinkedIn. If you're out there, we can talk about that. What's going on in your business? I have 30 plus years of corporate healthcare business under my belt as well. So I've seen a few things. Maybe I can help you talk through it. Come find me. There's my name in the lower left-hand corner, and I am out on LinkedIn under that name as well. All right. Well, we're winding up on Friday. I can't believe it. Another week blown by. Episode 160 today. 160 weekdays in a row that I show up here, whether I'm failing or not. Ahmad Islam, and I want to just give you quickly your compass. These are the things I want you to do. 3 reflections for you heading into the weekend. Notice those comebacks around you. They're happening constantly and often quietly. Remember, value contribution over recognition. Impact isn't measured by the headlines. And last, stay engaged, because resilience grows through your participation. Resilience is everywhere, in folklore and perspective, in organizations creating opportunity, and in individuals transforming experience into service. And of course, it's in ourselves as well. This week wasn't about avoiding hardship. It was about understanding our response. And so as you head into the weekend, stay curious, stay adaptable, stay connected, because resilience isn't a moment, it's a practice. Thanks for starting your day here. Come on back on Monday morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern. And until then, stay uncommon and stay kind.
What if your mornings could be inspiring
and ridiculously fun.
Kindness Rising isn't just a show, it's a full wake-up vibe.
It's freaking fun, people.
Yeah, man, it's got real get after it energy.
I love it.
Wake up with Kindness Rising.
I help purpose-driven people grow their impact. 5-ingredient recipe to help you build your personal brand. Get out there and take kind action.
If it's live, they'll feel it.
On Kindness Rising, we bring you proven strategies and fresh ideas you can actually use. If you're not failing, you're not trying.
Exactly. Fail fast, rebound faster.
You'll see the bloopers and the genuine connections that make kindness contagious. We sometimes get into a little bit of trouble.
Pretty much my life made the list.
You can trust what you see right here is honest, respectful, and uplifting. Social impact organizations, and we always talk about them. Try kindness. It's way cheaper than therapy. You just made my day.